Hello there, so my name is Joshua. I'm a British expat who lives in Malaysia and I run a website called Relocating to Malaysia.com. Today I'm going to take everybody on a tour of Bangsar South because it's a question I get asked quite a lot by families that are moving over here that want to know the best areas to live in Bangsar South. So we're going to start at Southlink. If you go up those escalators, there's a pharmacy. They have a huge food court at the bottom of this. The actual apartments itself, I'd say, are pretty box roomy, but they have everything you need. If I was a family, I wouldn't move here. If I was single and sort of a bachelor, yeah, this is probably somewhere that I'd choose. So now we're going to go around the corner. So what my plan is I'm going to take you from Southlink all the long way round right to Novum. The next apartment we've got is Southview. Now Southview, well, I'd say Southview has one of the best gyms inside of it. It's got one of the best internal gyms. It does have a lot there. I wouldn't, the rooms are more individual, which is probably better than Southlink, but they are a bit boxy as well. If you cross this main road, what we're going to do is we're going to walk through the back way of going to Gateway. So this is going to the Gateway Mall, but if you just have a look as we go up here, you'll see Gateway Premium. Gateway Premium are relatively nice. They're also in a very, very good area because you're directly above the mall. You're basically at the side of the LRT. You've got a 24-hour gym in this building as well as this food court. You've got a supermarket in here. You've got H&M, you've got dentists, you've got everything inside of here. And Gateway is above. However, I have had a few people that have lived there complain about the actual state of the apartments, but it depends if you're looking for niceness over location. So I was just taking you to this elevator because I wanted to prove that they had Anytime Fitness without going above, but it's actually on this floor. They've got a 24-hour Anytime Fitness gym. It's about 200 ringgit a month. They say it's a good gym, except it's the gym in the whole of the city. So between 5 and 7, it's probably not worth going to. So a bit of a slowdown for this Opticians on the side. This is where I get my contact lenses from. They're very cheap. They usually take around 5 to 7 days to arrive. My wife gets her glasses from there as well. Village Grocer here, one of the best supermarkets around. You've got fresh fruit and veg. You've got a non-halal section at the back. It's got good butchers. Directly up here, if you have a look, you've got H&M in front of you. To the left, you've got Sip and Savour, one of the best cheesecakes and coffees around. Going through H&M, not to do shopping, but there's a good cut through here that takes you directly through to this part. Takes you out of this side, you can go down these escalators through this tunnel, and what this does is it takes you directly to the University LRT. Now, I'll take you to the machines. You go to these machines, you get a little plastic coin. It's about 3 ringgit. You put it in the machine. It basically takes you directly to KLCC. Go down here and walk directly up here. Usually on this side, you've got quite a lot of food stalls. There's a guy that sells curry puffs here. Have a look at these. Well, this is the gateway from outside. The Anytime's right at the top left. There's usually a market on this right-hand side, but they're not on a Sunday. It is most other days, though, and you usually have them lining up these stairs as well. Now, at the top, you'll see a lot of cats around this area. We tend to go out, and I know a lot of other expats in the area go out feeding the cats. There's another one further up here that I know we see quite often, but they are quite well fed because they hang around the food areas. So these, as you go in here, you've got the coconut guy. This is one of my favourite stalls. He'll go and cut you a fresh coconut, serve you that in, and if you go to this one, you've got Tom Yum. It's one of the best Tom Yums I've had out to Thailand. Actually, I'm going to eat here. So there's a coconut there. That was 5 ringgit 50, and you've also got Tom Yum. I get the IM. I'm not a huge seafood fan, but that's 7 ringgit for the soup. One of the best you'll have. Now, as we leave there, there's a great restaurant there as well, and what I'm going to do is I'm going to do a swivel on this area. So this is the estate. I don't actually know anybody that lives in the estate, but I do know it's on the pricey side and it's a bit out of the way. For a 3-bedroom, you're looking at about 10,000 ringgit. It's those ones go really high. So your UOA buildings are there. The majority of people that live in this area tend to work in one of these two buildings or the buildings behind. There's also the V Hotel there to the right, the 3rd building, which is essentially, well, it's one of the nicer hotels in the area if you're coming to try it out and have a... So this is Park Residence. Park Residence is probably one of my favourite buildings in the area. They've got quite a lot of huge, big apartments. They've got ovens inside of them. They've got a lot of things downstairs. Pool. This would be a great one if you've got a family. Big and spacious, a lot to do. You've also got badminton courts down there as well. As we come here, if you have a look up here, you've got Invito and Camellia. So Camellia is the bottom half, Invito is the top half. Invito used to be a hotel, Camellia was the apartments. Now they're both apartments. They both have their own gyms. One's at the top, one's at the bottom. They all have 2 pools as well. This is a great one. If you go past here, you've got a medical centre. This medical centre is good next door. It's very, very highly rated. That is where my dentist is, and it's where I also use DHL to send packages back home as well. So now we're going to take a walk towards Nexus. Before that, we're going to pass Invito. That's the entrance to get in Invito. And if you carry on walking, take a right, I'm sure I did. Yes, so this is the entrance to the car parks and Camellia and Invito as well. So that takes you directly up there to the reception and the pool area. So now we're going to go to Nexus, and what you'll notice is you never have to go outside for quite a while now. Everything's sort of under, so when it rains, this is a great area to live in because you never get wet. You never have to wear a coat. You never have to wear anything. So you've got Chinese hot pot, tea. You've got Japanese food. You've got a bar here. You've got a big medical centre here. They've got eye specialists. Frank's Salon's very, very good as well. You've got a preschool, fertility clinic. You've got quite a lot of things in this area. This is all on the top level of here. Now, when you go here, we're going to go past CU, past Boost, and there's your ATMs in the area. Just as you turn left, what you'll see is RHB. The reason I'm pointing out RHB is it's the main bank in the area. So if you move to Bangsar South, you mainly want to get a bank in RHB because if anything goes wrong, it means you can go in and sort out the problem rather than dealing with someone over the phone. So it'll be an absolute lifesaver just being able to walk in and get it sorted. So now we're in the tunnels. So as you go through this tunnel is going to take us into the Sphere. You go around this corner's a printing shop there. If you're going to the UOA buildings or V, you want to go down those escalators. There's a couple of cafes there as well. Going through this tunnel in the Sphere, as you go downstairs, we turn right here. There's Khan's. Pointing out Khan's, we did the last KL Curry Club there. It's a network Expats event that we hold once a month. You're more than welcome to inquire to join that, and you can see all the bars and restaurants. We actually went to Buena Brasa, which you can't see, but I'm going to take you down there in a moment. You've got Korean, Dutch, you've got Vietnamese, you've got English, you've got Spanish, you've got a bakery, you've got every possible thing you could possibly want here. Food-wise, this place is incredible. It's cheap as well. So you've got Tom, Dick and Harry's Buena Brasa there. You've got Public House. When you, usually in this area, they usually have markets on special occasions. So if you've got Hari Raya, Christmas, Easter, things like that, you'll have sort of markets here. You've also got AN downstairs, which is a supermarket. A bit fairly priced then, Village Grocer, depending on what you're buying. So we're going to go for a big walk now. You're going to walk through these office buildings, up these stairs, down this tunnel. And once we get into the open a little bit, I'll slow this down so you can see this area. So this is probably the main central hub for a lot of offices. You've got a lot of offices here. I know BP have an office here. You've got a fair few here. You've got 7-Eleven, My News, you've got O'Neill's, which is a great sandwich shop, an Irish sandwich shop. As you walk down this way, to the left there's actually a lake that I never went down, and I regret that now because it's quite a good place to go. But if you keep going, you can go down these escalators through another tunnel. This is what I love about Bangsar South. Everything's connected through tunnels. Apart from this escalator wasn't working, so this is why I sped this part up. This is your second LRT in Bangsar South. This is Corinchi. It doesn't matter which one you go to because they both stop at the same anyway. So whichever one you're closer to, go. We're going to walk down here, and what we're doing is we're approaching Novum. Novum is probably one of the most popular in the area. It's got an interior designer. You've got a 7-Eleven and a bakery underneath it. The gym facilities in there are really, really good. You've got a great pool in there. I think you've got squash courts as well, if I'm honest. And it's great positioning as well. I actually stopped for this kitty, so I actually decided I'm going to cut this video short because I want to save that cat. So there's Southlink. There we are. Thanks for joining the tour. If you can think of anything else for relocating to Malaysia.com that you'd like me to do, or you want to ask any questions, please get in touch. I'm always open to new ideas.